would really just describe it as, I would really use the most broad definition I could, because really sexual violence and sexual assault is a spectrum. I think a broader definition is more useful than a narrow one, because it can be so little and it can be so big on the spectrum.
Yeah, just any unwanted contact, especially when it's clear that there's no consent, and if no consent was given at all, like if nothing was said, then that's sexual assault too.
Like, sure, it might have been consensual, but how did you get that consent can also be a part of sexual assault. Like if you used threatening language, or you made your physical presence dominating, or you threatened them with, if you don't do this, then I'll do, like any sort of like that, where you kind of bias their consent and force their consent, is totally wrong. But the problem around defining what it is, a lot of the time from what I've experienced, is people, one, don't want to have the conversation in order to define it and to address it, because it's so taboo and it's so uncomfortable, and I totally acknowledge that. But I think that uncomfortability says a lot, and that uncomfortability to talk about it is part of the problem. I really think if everyone had a clear definition on what is sexual violence, what is sexual assault, what is consent, what is enabling, and all of those things, I think could really be the foundation to progress.
As one of the participants in our protest had said, she is a survivor herself, and she said that it is something that is done to you. It doesn't happen to you. So sexual assault is an act that is done to any person who does not give their consent for any sort of sexual contact, or even contact at all. Sofia actually came in my room one evening after we had just gotten home from classes. She just came in my room and was like, I'm really pissed off about this. And I was like, me too, but like, what are we gonna do? Like, make a Facebook post? And she was like, no, let's do something. And I was like, you know what? Okay.
What inspired me? Obviously, the Brock Turner case, which is exemplary of everything wrong in the culture of sexual violence. And I guess that was a trigger for me, where I was just like, why are we sharing things on Facebook about how we feel about this? Why are we not going further? Why are we not practicing our right to demonstrate and our right to voice what we feel, especially as students who face this issue at a rate that I can't even wrap my head around, the 1 in 4 women that have experienced this and who will experience this on our own campus. When 1 in 4 of us experience this as students, like, there's 3 of us here right now. Add 1 more, and who is that? What do they need to hear from us? They need to hear that we're there for them, that we support them, that we can help them, that they're not alone. And I don't really think that message can be as well received online as it can be at an event like 20 Minutes of Action.
Whenever we meet up and actually, we show that we're here to change something, it's saying, I agree to change that. Not just, I agree that that's an issue. It's, I agree that's an issue that we can and will change. And so it's very important. Yeah, it's called 20 Minutes of Action. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that is so absurd. It would make me so mad, like, thinking about just saying it was just like, oh, I feel so uncomfortable saying that. And I'm like, well, that's the point, to make people uncomfortable, because this needs to be talked about. It is what it is. And it's surprising to be peaceful about issues that can raise so much anger and raise so much emotion and just really get your blood flowing. And so the only way to go about that, as well as like many other social issues, I mean basically all social issues, is to peacefully protest. It was kind of like, well, you got your 20 minutes of action, Brock, but here's ours. We're taking action against you.
I feel so wholeheartedly that it's up to us to change the statistic. It's up to us for them, not just for ourselves.
I felt a little bit like I have a dream style. Like, I have a dream. I have a dream. I do have a dream, though. I have a dream that this discussion is found like somewhere in the archives and that this is a problem that was millions of years ago.